You know, it would have been a oh man, it would have been totally wild. It would have been like, wait a minute, the takeover. You're like, who is this guy taking over?
They're like, we've been hacked. They would think they got hacked.
Right. Because not so long ago, my page was hacked, so you know they would think we were hacked. You know,
Oh shit! I'm not trying to bring up
what
old
up,
wounds.
family?
I
What
didn't know you
up,
got hacked
family?
too. That sucks, man.
Oh yeah, nah, we in there though. We live. Jig will be with us momentarily. Wanda, she out celebrating his birthday celebration this week. So we give everybody a little time to come on in and join us. Right now, I'm chopping it up with my man Greg. How you doing, Greg?
Hey, Jared,
You know, and give you a little.
you're doing a good job so far.
Oh man, we gonna keep this thing rolling, man. You know, they gonna get in. Gonna give yourself a chance to introduce yourself in a second, but right now we're gonna talk about a little bit of the topics. Football, of course. We're gonna talk about what we got. Oh, got a couple topics about football. Couple athletes acting out, you know, just doing what they do. Um, gonna talk about some Thursday night football, the week of football. We're gonna talk about acting, actors and actresses. You know what I'm saying? And try to do a variation on that and see why women don't get they due support in acting. And I had a good take on that also. It wasn't just acting. I had played it out from the aspect of sports as well. How how men view women's sports as well. I think it's the same take on how we look at the movies and everything. So, but like I say, we're gonna jump right in. We're gonna introduce yourself, Greg. Let's tell the people a little bit about yourself. But we're gonna get into it.
Hey, how's it going? So who am I talking to now? Like, do you have a broadcast into where?
Yeah, we on Facebook, we on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. So yeah, just
Oh, all right. Yeah, how's it going? Yeah, my name's Greg. I know G from theater. I helped do tech support for a production of The Wiz. My wife was in the play, and so yeah, I met him backstage. And yeah, I've been kind of following you guys around. Uh, every time he's out in the Bay Area, we try to meet up and just did karaoke a couple weeks ago.
much appreciated. Much appreciated for tuning in. I'm gonna take this off. All right. Custom shoes. That's your take, or you got a little bit more accessories. I mean, we'll get into it a little bit later. I just wanted to put it out there on some of the topics that we're gonna be talking about when we chopping it up with you.
Yeah, G wanted me to chat about a little bit about the custom shoe business and what it's like to make shoes from scratch and if there's money in it. And I'm also always excited to talk about making sneakers. It's been my COVID hobby, so I can break some of that down. And if anyone's interested in getting into it, or even just restoring, I can definitely help.
Gotcha. All right, let me go and get into this week 6 of NFL. We're gonna get into our topics. Uh, you into football, Greg? Any sports? Football?
I got bad news. I don't follow
Oh,
football.
there you go. Well, anyway, last night we had the Commanders playing the Chicago Bears. Commanders win by a score of 12-7. My bad, I'm messing with
Commanders.
the button.
Who's
Washington
called the
Commanders,
Commanders?
the Redskins.
Sounds. Have they been in the news recently? Oh
Yeah,
yeah, they changed their
a
name from the
ton
Redskins to the Commanders.
with their
That's right. What do you think?
they should. I don't know if it was offending everyone, but I thought we should have kept it with the Redskins.
I know. I heard an interview with a Native American woman who explained. She said Redskin is our N word, is what she said. She said Redskin is the word they would say while killing us. Right? You know, it's the
Okay.
worst word we could ever be called to us. That's how she said they felt. So after, from her point of view, I get it. Like if uh, that was that deep and painful, then yeah, it's fucked up to call a whole football team that.
Yeah, I
From her
mean,
point of view, especially, I'm just on the sidelines.
got you. And also the Commanders been in the news. Their owner has been suspended from the team facility and everything for misconduct in the workplace, sexual misconduct. Um, so
Damn.
making the news all the way around. His wife is currently running the team while he's suspended because he can't come to no activities, no NFL, nothing to do with the NFL, no participation. So
Are any of these owners got good people? You hear this all
uh,
the time. Like
I
they're all
think
getting canceled left and right.
they use their money, man, to I think they're all billionaires, a $1 billion boys club. So I think they just use their money to. It's not hush money. I think they just bigger than everything. Once you get so much money, so much fame, I think your ego just takes over.
Yeah, yeah. You probably get surrounded by what was that word? Sycophants.
Mm,
People just hoping you'll give them money and give them fame, but never say
yeah.
no. Just suck up to you all the time. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
I can
yeah.
imagine that would fuck you up.
Yeah, we watched that with the whole R. Kelly situation. You know what I'm saying? A group of people just not, you know what I'm saying, telling them no and just being hush men. You know what I'm saying? Yes men, or in this fashion. You know what I'm saying? Just doing whatever it takes. So
Yeah, absolutely. I
I
was
got
surprised.
standards. I got
I was
hold on.
surprised that. What
I'm a
happened?
I'm a Raiders fan. I'm a Raiders fan. I admire, yeah. Chiefs won on Thursday night. She's a Chiefs fan. My wife's a Chiefs fan. Jig's a Chiefs fan. Thursday night was bad for me. Hey, but we gonna bounce back. We on a bye week this week, so don't worry about it. We gonna bounce back and we gonna bounce back. I'm just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? No, son. Kids down here
Where does your
bothering me
confidence
now.
come from?
Just overall support, man. Just I'm a fan. Like not a fair weather fan. I'm loyal. Like the Cowboys say they the biggest fan base, but I think the Raiders are the biggest fan base. Like we are definitely like we international. You know what I'm saying? We some loyal fans. Rough seasons, and we
Mm-hmm.
still there going through. So
I told you I don't follow football, but I did learn indirectly that Raiders fans are very dedicated because I had a lowered black Dodge Ram pickup with silver stripes. And man,
uh,
everywhere I went, people screamed Raiders! Every through the window, and I was just like, "Love you too, guys."
yeah, it's just like we was talking about the police. It's a like a brotherhood, man. It's like a
Mm-hmm.
just having that camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah,
broham. It's nothing better.
I'd pretend. I would pretend. I'm like, yeah, it was an amazing game. Like I did. Was too embarrassed to admit. I did read more comic books than.
What up, Wanda? I hope y'all out enjoying yourself. Yes. Hold on. I got interference with the kids down here asking me questions about they mama tell them one thing, then they come down here and ask me, can they do another? I say, I confirm that yes, he can do it. He turns around and tell me, well, mama say I can't eat no candy. So who you think gonna get in trouble?
Usually, as a kid, I would always go to one parent if I wanted yes, and another parent if I wanted no.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I really
You
need this
know,
candy. I'm gonna wait till Dad gets home.
yeah, I know how to work the system. But yeah, he don't care. Yeah, man, go ahead, man. Just leave me alone. Whatever you want. Mom looking out for your health, them teeth. She the one gotta take you to the dentist. Fat he said he was having his power went out at home, so he's waiting on his power to get back on first and foremost. So whenever that gets back on, he may join us. But as of right now, he's trying to get his phone working. I mean, his so me and Greg here chopping it up. That's all we doing. We had a list of topics. A lot of them was jig, so I
It's
guess we'll
probably
just
a good
chop it up
time
for a
to.
minute.
It's probably a good time to tell everyone um, that I'm part of the family now.
Bloodline.
Me and G are getting married.
Oh, how's this gonna work out?
Yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna have to figure it out.
Your wife know about this?
It's funny. All the girls like, G, everywhere he goes.
Oh man.
It's not my fault. It's
So
magnetic.
so you say you into theater, man. I ain't never like I say, I know Jig into theater, but I don't know nothing about I know about the theater, but what all you do at the theater?
So this was just a one-time thing, really. My wife is one of the liberal arts degree. She dances and all that stuff. Has been in the
Um,
play, and she was gone so much. I was just like, man, I miss my wife. Where is she? Like every evening, where is she? And so eventually, I volunteered to help, just tape up mics and simple stuff in the back, just to spend more time. I wasn't
okay.
doing anything. It was fun. You got to meet a lot of people. That's where I met G. He's had to wire up with his microphones right before he walks out and dresses like a tree and sings on stage. By the way, I haven't heard the nickname Fat. Where does that come from? Since he's not here,
Uh,
we can talk about him, right?
oh yeah. He would have told you himself, nickname just coming up with Fat Man, that was it. Fat
Fat
Man,
Man.
Yeah. Just
He's not
like
fat.
like growing up, my nickname, I just go Dirt now, but it was Dirty Red. I have
Mm.
little brown head, little kid, you know what I'm saying? Summertime, all my hair turns like a blondish red, and it'll be all up my arms, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I got the
They
nickname
called
Dirty
you
Red.
Dirt. That's a Southern
Yeah.
thing, right? It feels like there's a lot more nicknames in the South.
I don't know. Everybody got a nickname here.
Yeah, I can't
Everybody got a
tell you
nickname.
of like the friends I've spoken to in the last 2 weeks. I can't tell you any of them that had nicknames. I feel like I'm
I know
missing
you
an
got a nickname.
essential part of life here. Is what I'm saying is I want a nickname, and I know you can't
You don't have a
give
nickname.
yourself one. Nope, I don't have a nickname. I don't. And they have to be bestowed upon you. I know this, and so
Right, you can't give
it's
yourself your
grabbing
own
me.
nickname. If you start getting
I
yourself
know.
your own nickname, it might be kind of whack, and people might start looking at you weird too. Like, where that come from? I mean, I got that to myself. What? Where's the actual
You
meaning in
can't.
it?
I can't like drop hints. For example, just be like, "That was pretty super of me, wasn't it?"
They gonna be like, yeah, that was what? You? What you mean?
Why do you keep
It's,
saying super around me? That's funny.
oh, man.
I think I. I think I. Oh, geez, coming back.
Say go give it a try. Oh
So I
man.
never told you what I do. I make websites. That I work from home and I make websites all day. That's like my day job.
Okay.
And working on working on shoes and building stuff in the garage was my COVID coping mechanism. Just gave me something to do when I was stuck in the house in 2020. And then yeah, that was like 3 years ago. I made like 60 pairs of shoes ever since.
Okay.
It do commissions sometimes.
Is it like a
It's a lot
hobby
of
or
fun.
passion? Both. Yeah. It seems like.
It started as a hobby. Now it's well, now I have a business license and I bulk import leather from Italy. Like, um, definitely a little slightly more serious than a hobby at this point. Half my garage is like a studio. Oh, you muted yourself, Dirt.
Yeah, man. The kids now are causing terror real quick. I don't know what's going on. They just come back and knocking stuff down. And I thought you heard all that going on, all that ruckus going on in the back.
It's not too bad. It's more like you're popping in and out sometimes. I have an update on Mr. Fat. Doesn't sound as good that way, does it? Yeah, he said he lost his cell connection. Should be around soon.
How is that out in Cali, man? Did that happen a lot or?
No. You mean like power outages and
Yeah.
losing cellular connection? Not really. No, not in the Bay Area.
Okay. Are you out there getting hikey,
What
huh? You in the Bay
I
Area.
live, yeah, I live about 10 minutes outside of Oakland.
Okay.
I was
Um,
Pash and I were lucky enough to buy a house in Hayward. That's where it is.
man. So yeah, we gave Jig a little bit more time to get in. I know he was passionate about the actress talk, But I got another. Yeah, he wanted to talk about that. I wasn't gonna let him drag it out too long. Gonna make. But I wanted to talk about Ben Gordon, the NBA basketball player. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
Yeah,
I know you said you're not too familiar
give
with
give
sports,
give
but
us a short summary if that's all right.
okay, yeah. On Monday, him and his son was at LaGuardia Airport in Queens, New York,
Mm,
and apparently witnesses say they seen him yelling at his son and then just start and punch him in the face several times. Upon police getting there and uh, airport security and everything, trying to detain him and everything, he injured two of the officers while resisting arrest. So on Tuesday, he had
damn,
court. Um, Charges range from assault, uh, resisting arrest, contempt, and child endangerment. But he also had this was on Tuesday. He's supposed to went to court back. He's supposed to went back to court today. This was Tuesday. He got his charges, but he already had an order of protection from his son, and what son had an order of protection on him from 2018, saying that he couldn't physically abuse his child nor take him out the state of Illinois, which he done both on Monday. You know, so I don't know the extent. I don't know what the child done. Oh no, that's what they said. That's what I looked into because that was the conversation on Wednesday that we were having. What did the child do? The child dropped the book.
that's
So
it.
he dropped the book. That's all.
Damn,
That's all. The
was
the
it the
district
good
attorney
book?
and everything said. I don't, I don't know. I don't know if
What
it had
must have
some
been an
stash in it.
important book.
What up,
What's
C?
up,
What up,
TC
bro?
Gill?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but see, you can talk on this too. Your boy Ben Gordon. I don't know if you familiar with him. Assaulting his son in airport this week.
I want to know, is there any video? Um,
Yeah, the
just the
airport has some
eyewitnesses.
video. Yeah, it was just several witnesses, including the airline. All their employees witnessed it. So
It's hard to believe even an angry parent would punch their own child straight in the face. It sounds like an exaggeration from a witness to me.
uh-huh. But why would you have an order of protection on your father? It's
As a
2022.
10-year-old,
And he's 10 now. He got the order of protection when he was in 2018.
there's got to be more to it.
So
Like, why did the kid have it? Did the mom file it,
I,
or did a mom file it, or
I, I, as a minor, you would think adult would have to do the paperwork and everything. So that would be my take on it. I would think adult would have to. He's a minor. He can't. You can't do
Maybe
paperwork.
I'm just high, but I just pictured like a 9-year-old with a little suit and a briefcase walking down to the courthouse, like, "Daddy spanked me, I'm done." And they're like, "Okay, here's this no spanking thing." And but
Yeah,
it sounded more serious than that, actually.
yeah, I think it's more serious than that, for it to go that serious because they usually just snatch the child out the home, if it was just a domestic, what I'm saying, abuse or felt, what I'm saying, the child was in danger, they would snatch him out the home. And why would the order of protection be? And it was just that committing physical abuse and prohibits Gordon from leaving the state. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was the only terms of that's
Huh.
all I saw.
So is the point there that like they're trying to say child abuse has been happening over time, and this is a repeat offense of some sort? Is that the narrative?
I think they trying to take the physical aspect of it out. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, like from
Mm.
discipline aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? Like the punching in the face, the punching in the chest, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
I know growing up as a young male, that you got hit upside the head, you got punched in the chest. You know what I'm saying? Like,
We were
now we'll
talking
say
about
that.
this. Yeah, we were talking about this yesterday. Like, I don't blame anyone for trying to do their best to take care of their kids. And what I was thinking, like, yeah, what's the alternative? Like, it's easy to say don't smack your kids around when they're misbehaving, but it's pretty hard to say what you should do. Like the alternative would be what, like, it's not obvious. It could be a lot of
Right,
things, right? What is
right, right.
what is like parenting a kid without hitting them look like? um, it's probably like really hard to teach children good conflict management skills, especially if you're a single parent. Like you don't have that like live
You'll be
example of
there all the
conflict
time.
management.
But I think
Yeah.
kids know, man, like even with mine, like when I just got on them, they first thing they want to do is put their head down. You know what I'm saying? No, hold your head up. I think kids don't uh I don't I can't say they don't held accountable. They kids, they gonna do stuff, they gonna learn. But for as an adult, I think they just I don't know. I think a lot of times we take a lot of our anger throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? Like we were speaking about the police officer, you know what I'm saying? They bring it home. Like we do a lot, as parents, you know what I'm saying? And as you were speaking on, imagine a single parent coming home to, you know what I'm saying, after two jobs, working hard, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody, I don't know, man.
I'm just saying I could recognize the amount of privilege involved in like learning how to take nonviolent sort of expert parenting classes and all that extra stuff you might have to do. A lot of child psychology shit you have to learn to sort of convince children to deal with their anger and emotions in a healthy way so they don't act out. But that sounds hard as fuck. I'm not a parent, so I'm like standing on the outside,
No, no,
and
understandable. And I
I don't
mean,
blame
it's a
people spanking,
perspective.
but the
Yeah,
alternative sounds difficult to do right.
yeah. I mean, it is sometimes, it be frustrating. Like you say, you sit down, sit down, sit down. After so many sat downs, you usually have to sit a person down. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, but what's
it's
the opposite? Is my only
that
topic is
timeout
like,
shit don't work. That timeout shit don't work. Go in the corner, timeout.
okay,
That shit
okay,
garbage. Because
so
after a
so
while,
you
the
can't
child like
shove them, you can't put them on timeout.
right. I'm just
What
saying
else?
because after a time, I mean, it's no booklet. It's no, what I'm saying, no way. You can beat a child halfway to death, goddamn me, and he'll turn around and commit the same thing. You can put him in the corner, and sooner or later he's gonna be like, "Damn, that's my punishment. I'm just gonna get put in the corner." Okay, cool. So I'm gonna keep doing
Mm,
what I do. So I'm just gonna go to this corner. So that's what I'm saying. So on both realms of it,
yeah,
it's still like the, it's
yeah.
all it's still
You
depending on
I
that
feel like
child. But
you're stuck. It sounds like as a parent, you're gonna feel like you're stuck a lot of times.
correct. You
And
you always battling
I listened
yourself.
to your conversation about like child discipline. I think 2 shows ago, And yeah, that was my only thought. Like, I agree. It would be better not to hit kids if you had a better alternative.
Yeah, if
But
you can
it's not
avoid it.
obvious what that is.
But yeah, I mean, and then also, I know some people. What up, sir? My bad. That's my guy. I'm knocking stuff down, trying to hit the buttons for
Hey,
you, sir.
sir. So is this your family members from different places? Is this all part of the family bloodline?
Family friend, like sir, and in fact, they close buddies. You know what I'm saying? They they close family. I mean, buddy, like Big C, he's a friend of mine. He went to school with my little brother, and he turned into like my little brother. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Oh
that's
shit.
what the makeup is. I don't know if you can see the comments. You know what I'm saying? The people over in the
Yeah,
comments.
I
So
can. Yeah.
okay, that's why I'm about to say. That's why I've been trying to pop them up there. But oh, there we go. Tower
Hey,
down.
James. James is dialing in from a hurricane somewhere.
Sir, what's your perspective? I know you just joining us. So and me and Greg here, we just talking about discipline of children. Is it a proper way of discipline? We spoke about you can beat a child half to death and they still might do the same thing, and we talked about putting them in the corner and they might do the same thing. Look, here you go.
My yeah, my thoughts were there was if I'm scared of and in pain, I'm not going to be receptive to learning. So I think once there's too much anger in the room, that's not the time my brain is going to be focused on acquiring new skills. I think it's just dealing with fear. So I'll know I can't do that thing anymore, but I won't know what to do right.
Yeah. See, that's what I was saying with I agree with Maya. I think it all depends on the person because I got a set of twin boys and they both are like yin and yang. I could tell one, I could look at one and he gonna get the message like, oh, wait a minute. I gotta, the other one you gotta stand up like, hey man, like I told you to stop, like
Yeah,
they same household, same discipline, same upbringing, and it's totally different, you know what I'm saying? So
that makes a lot of
it's just
sense. 'Cause I know when I was a kid, if I got hit a lot. I don't know. I thought white kids didn't get spanked a lot, but like all the time, this constant.
boy, white kid got
Um,
spanked in the hood.
oh really?
No, really?
Well, that's what I get from my wife's side of the family a lot. Like they didn't touch you.
What?
No one ever believed me. Yeah, but I just be like, oh, someone, my parents hurt me, and I'll like complain for weeks and tell everyone. I like in the grocery store, like, oh, she hit me. Like I would never let it go. I never learned my lesson. I just fixate on the fact that I was hurt.
Okay.
Then they switched to long talks. So like what Maya's saying, I totally agree. Uh, the long talks was my punishment after I told the grocery store clerk my mom hits me.
Oh man. Oh, is that you? What up, cuz?
I don't know. I'm
How you
trying
been
to.
to go upstairs, please.
It's all bad on my end. It's all bad.
Mm.
Like my phone ain't even picking up my Bluetooth right now. I'm sitting in the parking lot of a little store out in the middle of nowhere. I got little to no reception, so I probably won't be on too much longer because I'll probably drop off. I don't know what's happening. Could be the end of the world, but I tell you what, I'm going to try and hop off of this line and get on a different way to see if it'll connect to my Bluetooth so I can hear everybody properly. Technical difficulties, man. This is real
Hey
life
G,
right here.
Come on,
G, when
hey,
you're not
hey.
around, did you know they call you fat
Yeah, that's my nickname.
behind your
Greg,
back?
Greg don't have a nickname. Greg needs a nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let me hop off real quick. If I'm able to get back on in a second, I will. If not, y'all have a great show. So we'll see.
Yeah, because
Dirt. There's some unresolved business from your last appearance last week. I don't know if you noticed. Yeah, it's a little unresolved drama. That they opened it up, and they said, "Where's Dirt?" And then like, "Oh, I don't know. It's been 2 or 3 days. I haven't heard of him." And then Wanda's like, "Yeah, Dirt's not around. Hope he's okay." And then y'all just moved on. So, following chronologically in the show, I just want to know: have you been kidnapped or something? Because I was really left the cliffhanger.
No, man, and that was a crazy thing. Like I couldn't get service for some reason, so a lot of people couldn't get in touch with me this weekend. So they calling other family members looking for me, but the other family members doing the
Every
same
granny
thing.
calls the other granny.
But they calling my phone and nobody's getting in touch with me. So it's like, nobody thought to call my wife's phone. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Well, I don't think nobody has my house number. I think I'm one of the few people that still got a landline here. But yeah, I was living my best life. I was at the Cardinal playoff game last weekend. You know what I'm saying? I was down there drinking beers at the Cardinal game. What else I had going on? We had a wedding. My wife was in the wedding. She was a bridesmaid in the wedding last week. She had some family in town, so we was kicking it. You know what I'm saying? We went to a football game Friday night. It was her nephew homecoming game. You know what I'm saying? Like I was busy, and I thought I texted the group, but nobody got my message. And like I say, I never received no messages, no calls. So yeah, that's what happened to Dirt last week. Everybody was calling. I mean, my mama. We had a dinner Sunday for my mother-in-law. It was her birthday, so my mom, she was already on board going to dinner. I see her at the dinner. She was like, "Uh, what is going on?" I'm like, "What do you mean what's going on?" She's like, "All your people are looking for you and everything." I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So I had to hear from my mama on Sunday. You know what I'm saying about everything. So
I was
what
saying,
happened?
she last week it made it sound like Dirt might have got kidnapped or something, and then it was left unresolved. So I thought the
Well,
fans
he's
wanted to
back.
know
He's
everyone's
back.
safe.
Yeah. So everybody had they find dirt or free dirt. You know what I'm saying? T-shirt
Right.
free dirt.
I made my Twitter picture like a black skirt, like little like white dots and stuff, and little yellow patches.
But it was
Trying to
good
figure out
seeing
what was happening.
the love. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So the love was there, and you know what I'm saying. So that was beautiful. Gee, we was just sitting up here chopping it up. We were talking about the Ben Gordon situation, and getting people input about
Oh,
discipline. You know what I'm saying, and all that good stuff. So that's what's been going on with us around here, good sir.
Yeah, I don't believe
yeah,
he
my man.
punched a child. I think sounds like slap turned into punch.
Right.
I don't know because the way it was reported by the person who witnessed it uh was a punch. And it didn't help his situation that he ended up getting into a bit of an altercation with the cops, right? And cops sustained
No,
injuries,
that
so
doesn't
on and
help.
so forth. So
Correct.
unfortunately, at this point, regardless of how he would try to describe the actual situation or the punishment that he was trying to administer to his child, two things. Like the first thing is like he's already put himself in a position to where he can't do that with the court by the courts. That's the first thing. The second thing is uh, you can't trust him at his word because he's already left the state against uh, restriction orders. He's already he's already committed to continue to physically abuse, essentially, allegedly, a Wanda, the child. So it's not a good look for him at all. We can't rely on anything that he's saying at this point.
So it might have been a punch, is what you're saying. Might
It's
have been an
possible it was a
actual.
punch.
Several people reported it was a punch. Several
Yeah,
punches.
Jesus
All right.
Christ, that's hard to hear.
it is.
He's a big
It
dude.
really is. Because I can't imagine punching any of my kids for anything, you know?
But that's what I was telling Greg. Like coming up, that was the like the norm, man. You got punched upside the head, you got punched in the chest. You know what I'm saying? I spoke about that, and I'm like that method didn't work. You know what I'm saying? We got
Right.
whoopings. You know what I'm
But
saying?
I mean, was it like one of these, or when you say
It
punched,
was
I
like
think
one of
square in the
these.
nose like
It
a
was like
boxer.
no, it was like upside the head. You know what I'm saying? Like to the
Yeah.
head. You know what I'm saying? Nothing in the face. I can tell you that. Nothing in the face. But I done got
Yeah.
grabbed up in the chest, goddamn me in the knuckle, and hit me in the chin a couple times. You know what I'm saying?
Real quick, like real quick. So
But
I suspect that he's got and needs to deal with anger issues outside of what's happening with the kid immediately. Because a lot of times
Yep.
what ended up happening like during our time growing up is the pressures of the parent from work, from bills, from all these other social things that were happening. All it took was just a small, very small thing that we could do, and it will blow up. That was just the straw that broke the camel's back. You know, and
mhm.
unfortunately, the saying is true: is that we hurt the ones we love easier. It's easier to get to us, right? So all of that anguish, all of that high level of sensitivity is being brought out on the kids because they are and we were the recipients that couldn't fight back or push back against what was happening. We had to take it.
Hmm.
just go in the other room. I hate you.
Do you
Be
think some of
yourself.
this can be blamed on?
No man. Hey, want to go and enjoy yourself though. Hey, it's your mama
Yeah, tell Aunt,
birthday. You know, celebrate.
yeah,
Thank you.
tell,
Happy
tell
birthday.
Aunt you
Y'all go
said
and
happy
celebrate.
birthday.
It's a night off,
There you go.
right? Do you think some of this can be blamed on toxic masculinity? Like, you got a lot of
Ah,
problems, and society
so
says you can't talk about them. How are you going to deal?
I hate to attribute it to toxic masculinity, although that could be very much so an aspect of it. But I think that term is being thrown around a bit frivolously at this point.
Mm.
I think a lot of what's going on with him again is internal strife, and he doesn't have the correct outlet for it. He needs to get on somebody's couch. If you will resort to punching your child in the face, that takes a lot. You got to be at a high level of stress, especially when you already doing something illegally. You did. So,
Yeah.
but there is a level of toxic masculinity that plays into it, I think, and it's learned behavior, because like Dirt was saying when we was younger, getting punched. What's going on, Zoe? I'll see you next week, bro. But
What up, Zo?
it wasn't uncommon to hear or to see a young boy getting punched by father,
Mm.
uncle, mother. You know what I'm saying? And that was a standard of discipline, and
Mhm.
that's what we began to assimilate as being a movement or an aspect of masculinity, having that physical, that brute force being the norm of discipline. Unfortunately,
And stop crying, stop complaining, or I'll
Right.
right?
give you something to complain about. Um,
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. You know. Oh, you done
yeah,
been there before. You done had them words said to you, huh?
yeah. I think it's kind of sometimes the difference, racial differences with some of the stuff are kind of funny. I'm curious what how I got beat as a kid versus how you guys might have got beat. Um, like for example, my mother never said go get a switch. She would say pull your pants down
Oh,
Okay.
because that meant you're about to get spanked.
Yeah.
But in retrospect, thinking back about that, it's a little creepy, a little weird. Pull your pants down, you're gonna get
yeah.
spanked. Yeah,
You
it's a
want to
little
make sure
weird.
you
I
feel.
admit.
You want to make sure you feel it all.
You're getting every
Yeah, it
piece of
hurts
these
more.
facts.
Uh, yeah. We just got our ass whooped when it was whatever was there, what time. You know what I'm saying? What was around?
Belt.
Belt,
Uh,
extension cords.
mm,
You ever been whooped with a extension cord? Oh yeah. See. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
got
get
there.
hit
I
with
shit.
a belt in the hand. That's it.
Oh yeah.
Shit, I got the scar to prove it still
Hey, yeah.
at the age of
When the
42.
extension cord wrapped around your leg after whoop, and it just yeah, when it come off, I don't know how Wonder
Yeah.
Woman lasso feel when she pull it off a person, but I know what
Look,
that extension cord feel like when they come off.
Your
hey,
family Wonder Woman lassoed you. You were in trouble.
look,
That's more
that
impressive than
that
throwing a
that
flipper, throwing a
Right.
chocolate.
that
I'm just
extension cord
saying.
gives you that silent cry. That's how bad that thing hurt. It gives you that silent cry.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine doing that to my kids at all. I
No,
can't.
man.
Yeah.
Like that stuff was abuse. You know what I'm saying? Like we got
You know,
abused.
I
So
had this arrogance about me as a kid, and I thought I was fearless and I couldn't get hurt. And America helps with that, I guess. But then one day I come back from karate class and my mom started to slap me, and I was like, "Oh, I learned this," and I blocked it.
Mistake number one.
Yeah, and then she's like, "Oh, you're gonna fight me?" And I was like, "My teacher says you don't have to. You can't hit me at home. That's illegal." And she
Yeah.
was like, "I'm gonna hit your teacher too." And then my mom swang again, and I covered my head again. And then of course I got in trouble from Dad because my arms hurt her arms when she was trying to hit me. But I was just old enough to know, like, this is kind of dumb. We're just fighting now.
Yeah. But again, it's easier to lash out at the ones you love that are defenseless against your form that at that point your form of discipline. It's easy
right.
to do that,
Yeah.
you know. What's
Yeah.
up,
The hard
Manny?
thing
Yeah,
is, like,
Manny.
yeah, for sure.
My bad. I
Right.
was talking to my brother in the comments. He got to come up here and work with us tomorrow. So what I heard before I left where I live is power's supposed to be back on in about another 3 hours. Unfortunately, the last time we heard that, the power didn't come back on for another 12 hours. So
Fuck.
yeah.
Out here, we have PG&E, and they just keep burning down everything in California. That's not exactly power outage, but it's kind of a fucking everything outage.
Yeah, and I'm getting service right now because I'm literally pulled up on a back street. So I'll turn my camera so y'all can see what it looks like outside my vehicle, which is absolutely pitch black. Again, um,
What?
It looked like a horror movie scene.
I
Like
was
there
about to
could have
say I
been
had
that's
my
aliens
pistol on
standing
me. It
there.
looked like Jeepers. It
Yeah,
looked like Jeepers Creepers back there, bro.
that's what
it
it
does.
is.
That
Like
looks kind of scary. That's At this point, I'm
it's
pretty high. It scared the shit out of me. I have to be honest.
it's pretty bad. So I stay by a bunch of vineyards, and
Oh,
it's all
that's like
farmland.
the opposite of what I was
Yeah.
imagining. Vineyards, bougie ghosts.
So hopefully I don't drop out. I got a message saying that the signal was back up, but that's just for this area. But I'm so close to the street that I think two things are gonna happen. I think somebody gonna call the
Yeah,
cops on me in a little bit,
you're right.
and
We
then
got a fishing car outside.
yeah, and then I'm so close to the street that people have to almost like swerve out a little bit to get past me. But show must
I'd
go
love to
on.
hear that. I'd love to hear that phone call. Like, it was a large black man just parked outside, and they see you and like, wait a minute, you got an anime shirt on? You're recording a
Yeah, I got
podcast? No one told me it was a nerd. There's a nerd outside your house, ma'am. Why are you calling the police?
right. Exactly. Exactly. It's yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. I wouldn't be surprised at all. We'll see. We'll see.
Man,
Gee, you mentioned in the last podcast that you're looking forward to the day where you can smoke weed again. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
if we're
yeah.
in the same state, I'd love to visit and puff one with you, and I want to hear your about your experience with Neil deGrasse Tyson. maybe that's the
Well,
time for the story.
I will fly back to California on purpose. I'll just throw that out there. It's going to be a special
There's
trip to
a
fly back out here.
there's a marijuana connection between Neil deGrasse Tyson. Wait, no, Neil and weed. Like, there's a connection. He made Cosmos, the remake, right? The series. Have you seen it? And that was co-produced by the wife of famous astronomer that originally did Cosmos. That I'm forgetting my proper nouns. What's his name? Cosmos writer. Anyway, his wife runs the big marijuana. Carl Sagan. Carl Sagan's wife helped produce Cosmos, and
Oh man, yeah,
she's also
that's right.
a huge cannabis advocate. I think she has her own dispensaries and stuff. So like he's making Cosmos with like a world renowned
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It is.
weed queen. Yeah. So anyways, I bet Neil smokes. That's all I'm saying. I put it all together.
So Greg, by the way, this young lady right here, she'll be out here with me next month, and I plan on
Maya.
visiting. Yeah, I plan on visiting up north, and I'll give you and your lovely wife a call so y'all can meet her also.
Hey man,
Oh,
if you
great.
want to send a Chiefs fan back home too, man, you can let them know. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
And you
y'all
from the
need, hey,
Bay.
the Raiders, y'all need to talk to y'all coaching staff. Y'all, that just blew it.
We getting it
That's,
together, man. We getting it together. We all knew
but
each other,
are
man.
you? But
Mhm.
are you?
Mhm.
We'll see.
We are.
So where are we at actually in the lineup? We were talking about Ben Gordon, just trying to get back on track here.
Man,
Uh,
we just been chopping it up tonight, man. With the technical
okay,
difficulties and the different conversations. We I want to give Greg time to speak about himself. You know, we spoke about it a little earlier, but I ain't get to show none of his lineup or nothing and what he do really. You know what I'm saying? We can get
okay.
into that.
Well then, let's do that since we're here. Let's talk about custom handmade sneakers by Greg. Let's
You
get
ever heard of
into
the
it.
term bespoke? Bespoke.
Bespoke.
Uh-uh.
Bespoke. It's a vocabulary word I picked up recently. It means made specifically for one person. So if you get a bespoke suit, that means they made it for you. And it turns out that's the best. If you get a shirt made, even if it was a t-shirt, it'll fit you perfectly because they'll measure every dimension, and there won't be any extra stuff. These are like generic sizes, medium,
Hmm.
large, but really a plus an inch, minus a half inch, and then suddenly you just look amazing. Tailor made. So it's easy to imagine that for clothes, but I could do that with shoes. So I can make shoes tailor made to your exact foot. Imagine for women, they have a lot of feet issues because high heels look so damn sexy. You have to wear them all the time. I don't blame you. It's great. But then your feet, you get like, they get these like bunions and stuff. Anyways, you could take those unique shapes and mold the leather around it, and suddenly it doesn't hurt anymore, and you can walk again. So
And
that's custom.
so
That's the purpose for custom shoes.
and so the shoes that you make, and I'll show some pictures in a second. Um, are you making those specifically for your feet and your wife's feet, or what's the concept behind them?
So the custom fit is the big is one part, but then also the look, and usually the look is what we care about mostly, right? So you can also customize. I've always wanted I don't know. I've always wanted a really nice all white Jordan with luxury materials, and that's where the idea for the ostrich white Jordans came from.
I swear I had
And
that
it's
picture on here. Oh, here it is.
and it,
As we talk
yeah,
about it, there they are.
the exciting thing for me is like you could never buy this sneaker. It's just the only way to ever
What's
obtain
that
this is
patent
if
leather on the foot? That's leather on the foot, on the toe. I mean,
yeah. So um, Yeah, so this is a one of one, right? No one else has this. I made it. It's got a lot of different leathers, and the different leathers are in different places because of their characteristics. Um, like the ostrich is really soft and it's very breathable. So the ostrich is in the side quarter panels, so you have a lot more flex. But it's also breathable everywhere with those little like look like little pimples or nipples or whatever. Those are called peaks, Pique, peaks, and that's where the feathers were. So it's actually an actual hole to let air in and ventilate. Just so I didn't stamp out the Jordan pattern on the toe because it's actually naturally ventilated. It's a characteristic of that exotic leather, right? So that's the stuff sort of thing I try to consider. And then the front of the shoe is made with patent leather on the outside, and then a nice hard veg
Wrong one. My
tan
bad.
toe puff. It's
Got
called.
ahead of myself.
So when you get custom shoes like this, they're never going to wrinkle and they're never going to look like shit after you wear them like 2 or 3 times. You know, the toes and Jordan's kind of collapse backwards. That'll never
Right.
happen with a custom made shoe like this. So in other words, these are some of the problems I try to fix by, taking a shoe like this to the next level. Like what's wrong with it from the factory or what could be improved? And everywhere I can think of to improve it, I will.
And so
on top of
just to let everybody know, you are making these shoes literally from the ground up, right? So you got a workshop in the house, or
yeah. So half my garage is it's full of cobbler. I'm basically a cobbler, but actually a little bit more because cobblers don't make shoes from scratch. I do everything a cobbler does and more. And if you hold this picture for a second, I can kind of explain. So
okay.
On the left, you see what looks like a normal shoe, but on the right, what you see is looks like a shoe that's on a foot. But what's actually going on is that's a flat piece of leather that I've sewn together, and it's almost like in the shape of a hat. And then I've stretched it around a mold called a last, and it's stretched around this mold that's in the shape of a foot. And that's where that's where all of the shape on the left comes from. Actually, it's just because it's been molded around that last. And this is also the time where, like, if you had bunions or something, or say, you love Jordan 1s, but they always like pinched your pinky toe or whatever the hell it is, you would mold it slightly differently in that stage to kind of change the shape.
So I'm gonna put up another shoe. This is Wanda's favorite one so far that you've made.
Oh, thank you, Wanda.
The scissor.
I have to give my wife credit. She helps me with all the designs. That I'll come to her with, like, I've got some purple material. The manufacturer calls it scissor purple, and I thought it was funny. So I'm like, I want to make a pair of shoes to honor this material, right? And so I bring that to my wife. I tell her I'm thinking purple and black, purple and white, and she kind of helps me with all the different shades. There's like 5 or 10 different leathers on this shoe.
And so,
oh, I didn't even explain why I made it. It was for ES skate company competition I'm currently competing in.
That's what's up. And so
There's,
these you were telling us. Actually, you can go ahead and explain these. Let me pull up a different picture of it.
Because I only do commission work, like every shoe, and it takes like a month or two. It takes like 2 months almost for me to turn around a shoe. Like, they all have big stories. So this one, this is a pair for a man who came and installed my home alarm system, and he told me about his wife and how she is having a 50th anniversary, and or no, 50th birthday. Anyways, and this became a birthday present for her. And he described his own wife as like a wild biker chick that has sort of mellowed out. And he's like, what should we do? And I'm like, okay, what kind of purses does she like? And does she ever wear leather or on the bike and chaps? And then that's how we came with the leopard print leopard print leather. And interesting with so that was like my suggestion. He's like, I love it, and he's like, her name was Marie something, and the front of Air Force One has those little metal things. Those are called some of these words I've never even said out loud. I think it's called a Dubray.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, those little metal things. And so I had custom ones engraved with her name on it on the toe. That's what that was. And on that same Air Force One commission, I also hand painted the leopard print. That's just me. That's 100% hand painted, freehand with brush. And to my eye, I'm kind of embarrassed. I don't think the leopard print looks that great. Looking at my own work. But then again,
I disagree with you.
Those are dope right there.
But then again, if they say you're not embarrassed of your old work, then you're not growing. So I try to remind myself of that in the same
very good point.
Same breath. But
very good point.
I my favorite part about that story of that shoe is that just to toot my own horn, I feel bad bragging, but when I gave it to him, like the man was so happy he cried. So I think of these as the shoes that made a grown man cry. And I was really proud, man. I made someone so happy he cried. It was like a 55-year-old Jewish salesman type guy with kind of like flumpy clothes on. Just the last person in the world I visualized crying while opening a box. But yeah, it felt good.
And so you don't only make shoes, but you make women accessories as well, right? Or just accessories in general?
Oh, I make any shoe, any sneaker, or accessories in general. Like I've made it all. But my wife is so patient with me, like making a mess in the garage and stuff. I try to throw in something for her every couple of. So that one you just put up was a belt. But if you notice, I'm showing you the underside of the belt. There's no like ugly writing or rivets or anything. That's just all hand sewn Italian leather folded. It's called a lap sky. Is the shape where if you see my hands, they slowly get the two sides of the leather slowly get thinner and thinner and thinner until it's paper thin. And that's what that one line is. The French technique I learned from this Hermes teacher is teaching me in the city. This lady that from Hermes. Yeah.
And
you could fuck up several kids with this belt. Let me tell you, it's got a lot of reinforcements in the middle. You could tow a truck with that belt or fuck up half a village full of kids at least.
Quality material.
Yeah,
and it would still look brilliant in yellow because that really nice soft Italian calf leather finish. It wouldn't even scuff on the cheeks of 30 kids. It's perfectly clean.
And I'd be remiss if I did not show the Star Trek belt.
Man, I am so much better at making belts than I am taking pictures. This is a horrible picture. I'm sorry, but that's red for the Star Trek characters that always die first, and then black on
like
the inside.
enzyme.
But also, I have so much red and black because I keep making breads. The bread color theme. So I've got enough red Italian calf leather in my house to make a comforter of a bed. So if you want anything made with red, let me know.
We'll do.
How can we get in touch with you? How can we get in touch with you?
So my name up here, B Greg MC. That's me on Instagram, and I just post about projects in the ongoing projects and finished projects, and you can see some of my stuff.
Okay.
I also am really excited. So Alonzo, that yellow belt, I did make that belt to complement a pair of sneakers. So I made a custom. I think I consider my finest work was the Verner's Jordans I made for my wife, and that yellow belt matches them. The Verner's, because she showed me like a Verner's can and said, let's make a shoe to match this theme. And that one has some of the finest leather on it too. I don't know if you have a picture of it, but it's got It's made out of shell cordovan.
I don't.
So if we give you a theme, you can
I don't. I don't
just
think I.
about come up with something, huh?
Yeah, between me and my wife, when it comes to like the drawing and some of the design, I always get a lot of input because I don't feel like it's my strongest suit. So if you have your own design all thought out, oh yeah, we're good to go. I'll build it. But if you want to say like make me something based off from the Scream movies or your favorite candy bar, you like make it red and blue like that, I'll probably be in a situation where I'd want to like draw 5 or 6 options, and then I'll probably show my wife and show a bunch of other people I know that have like a good design sense, and that's how I do my research, and then we would just come up with a sketch we both like, so you wouldn't just be subject to my
Gentlemen,
personal
my bars are gradually decreasing again. So I'm afraid it looks like I'm about to fall off. I'm about to lose tower signal. So the rest of the show is y'all's, and it's where I'm stationed. It's just the luck of the Irish, I guess. I don't know. I can't call it.
It's the 10 o'clock hour. We can close it out here. Pretty much.
Okay. Well, let me go ahead and knock out my final thoughts for the night, and then I'll sign off. And I wish I would have had a little bit more time to actually to go through this some more and spend more time on here with you, Greg. But we'll definitely have to have you back on so we can chop it up some more, especially when it's just guys' night, But my final thoughts for tonight is everybody, I hope you are taking notice of the world around you. First off. Second off, make sure you are the example of love that you want to receive. Be that, put that out there, and become everything that you want to be. Success is a mental state. And if you are success, you will be success, regardless of the pitfalls, regardless of the hurdles that we all have to jump through one way or another. Become that, be that, and you be your own cheerleader first and foremost, and be love. So with that being said, I'm down to 2 bars. So God bless. Good night, y'all.
All right, cuz for me,
night,
what I'm saying?